Have you ever felt like your brain just didn't come with a user manual? I mean, it's the most powerful computer on the entire planet, but most of the time, we're just guessing how to use it. Well, today, we're going to change all that. We are going to treat your mind like the incredible operating system it really is, and we're going to learn how to access the core settings and rewrite the software that's running your life. So, come on, let's get our hands on the keyboard and start digging into your mind's source code.
So, let me ask you this right off the bat. Is your mind running on outdated software? And I'm serious. Really think about it for a second. Are your automatic reactions, your default moods, those knee-jerk assumptions, are they actually serving the person you are today? Or are they just, buggy leftover code from a previous version of you? Because here's the big idea, the foundation for everything we're about to cover. Your experience of reality, it isn't something that just happens to you. Not at all. It is the direct output of your mind's specific programming. It's your own unique operating system. And you know what the best part is? You have administrator access. Okay, let's break that down because this is a total game changer. Everything you feel, everything you perceive, that's the output. That's what shows up on the screen of your life. But what's the source of that output? Well, that's the code. And the code, it's just your thinking. The moment you realize you can rewrite the code, you realize you can completely change the output. It's literally that direct. And yeah, it's that powerful. So, okay, where do we even start editing this code? Well, the entire system, and believe me, it can seem really complex, it all boils down to two core settings, just two fundamental dials that you are turning every single second of every single day, and they are focus and meaning. If you can get a handle on these two, trust me, you control the whole machine. So first up, focus. I want you to think of it like a spotlight or maybe the camera lens for your mind, right? In a world that has infinite information flying at you, your focus is the tool you use to select what tiny little slice of it you're actually going to process. What you focus on literally becomes your reality because it's the only part you're actually seeing. And here's the key. It is an active, conscious choice. But, focus is only half the equation. Once you've pointed that camera at something, the next thing you do is you assign it a meaning. So is that traffic jam a complete disaster that's ruining your day? Or is it a surprise opportunity to finish that amazing audiobook you're listening to? The event itself, the traffic, is neutral. The meaning is the story you write about it. It's the label you decide to give it. Okay, so let's get practical. How do we actually adjust these settings of focus and meaning? Well, we can do it across three fundamental dimensions of our experience. The very first one, and maybe the most common place we all get stuck, is time. This is all about where on the timeline of your life you're choosing to plant your focus. So just take a second here and ask yourself and be honest. What's your default setting? Are you constantly replaying old conversations, old regrets from the past? Is your mind kind of stuck in this loop, trying to debug code that's already been run? Or maybe you're anxiously pre-living catastrophes way off in the future. Or are you here, right now, in the present moment? And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows you the contrast and where your real power lies. When you focus on the past, you're investing all your energy into something that is, by definition, unchangeable. It's kind of like trying to edit a movie that's already been released. But when you shift your focus to the present and the immediate future, now you're putting your energy where it can actually do something. You go from being an archivist of your regrets to being the architect of your future. All right, let's move on to the next dial we can turn. We'll call this dimension matter. Now, this isn't just about physical stuff. It's about how you see all the resources around you, your health, your money, your relationships, your skills, even your time. And this brings us to this huge fork in the road of perception. Is your mental spotlight constantly scanning for the gaps, for what's missing, for what your neighbor has that you don't? Or is it aimed squarely at the resources, the talents, and the opportunities that are right there in front of you right now? And just look at the two completely different worlds that are created by that one single choice. Focusing on what you don't have, that's the operating system of scarcity. It's a guaranteed way to feel poor no matter how much you actually have. It's like an old survival program that's always on the lookout for threats and lack. But focusing on what you do have, that runs the program of gratitude and abundance. It reveals all the wealth that is already there. And that brings us to our final and maybe our most powerful dimension, space. Now, this isn't about outer space. It's about your personal space of control. It's about getting crystal clear on where your power begins and, just as importantly, where it ends. This choice right here might be the single greatest factor in your peace of mind. I mean, think about it. Every single ounce of energy you spend focusing on things you have zero influence over, and our brains just love to do this, is energy that is completely and utterly wasted. The trick is to consciously pull that energy back into your actual sphere of influence. The crucial difference is right here, between these two columns. You can't control the stock market. You can't control the traffic. You can't control what somebody else thinks about you. But you have absolute 100% control over your response, the effort you put in, and the attitude you choose to have. Shifting your focus from that left column to the right isn't just a nice little idea. It is the ultimate act of reclaiming your personal power. So, we've diagnosed the system, we've found the controls, but how do you actually perform a reboot when you find yourself running that old, buggy software of, say, anxiety or frustration? Well, it's a simple, conscious, three-step process. This is your manual override. Anytime you feel stuck, just run this diagnostic. Step 1, pull your focus out of the past or the distant future and plant it firmly in the present. What can you do right now? Step 2, take inventory of what you have, not what you're missing. What are 3 resources you have at your disposal at this very moment? And step 3, draw a line in the sand. Ask, what part of this is actually mine to control? And then put all of your energy there, and only there. And that brings us to the end of our user's guide and right back to you, because this isn't just some interesting theory, this is a toolkit. So looking at these 3 dials, time, matter, and space, what's the one small adjustment you can make right now, today? What is the very first setting you will consciously choose to change? Because the power to do it, quite literally, is in your hands.